Hello everyone and welcome to today's Chrissy B Show. Now it's never easy when a romantic relationship comes to an end. Whatever the reason for the split and whether you wanted it or not, it can cause a lot of stress and grief. It may sometimes seem difficult to get through, but there is plenty you can do during this time to help the process. But what exactly can we do to cope through such hard times? Well, that's tonight's focus. We're going to be helping viewers who are currently experiencing the mental pain of a breakup. And to help me with this, first of all, we have real life story guest Holly Henderson, and she'll be talking about the experiences that she had in terms of bad breakups and how she overcame them. We also have relationship therapist Pam Custers to advise us how to recover after a breakup. And we also have hairstylist expert Vicki Lord, who will talk about why people change the way they look after a breakup and how this can positively affect your mental health. And Vicki will also be doing a fab hairstyle for us today on model Kate Herbert. And we also have a fitness tip with Ben Cooper on looking after yourself, and also Hannah Richards is going to be making a lovely juice that's great for your skin. And finally, I'll be giving my own tips on how to reconnect with people after a breakup. So now I'd like to just tell you about some comments from previous guests. Now we do love to hear your comments and your feedback, so do please feel free to send them in to us. You can do that via our website, chrissybshow.tv. You can also tweet us at Chrissy B Show or leave a comment on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. And the first comment I'd like to share here is from Lucy Badham, who was one of our makeover guests that we had a few weeks back. And she says, last night was the first night since losing my hair I went out in public without my hat or wig. Thank you, Chrissy B Show, for giving me the confidence. So I was really happy to receive that message from Lucy. So I'm glad that, we're able to give her a boost there. And also Leah Kamara says, thank you, Chrissy B, for your inspirational shows. And Myla Emerald says, thank you for the important work you do for the global community. So please do keep those comments coming in. Now, if you have a comment about this program, don't forget you can also get involved by tweeting us at Chrissy B Show. And now it's time for the news with Helena Shard. Hello, Helena.
Hello, Chrissy.
So, bad breakups. Or breakups in general?
Breakups in general, I know. So this is such a good show. So we all need tools and techniques to get over breakups in general. And this show always does such a good job, which is great. There's one quote that I really liked. It's by a poet, Alfred Lord Tennyson. It was in the 1800s. Very simple. "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." Which I think is just really simple, but really true, isn't it? A few bits and pieces, just starting something which I find quite interesting. Researchers Dweck and Howe from Stanford University did a survey on 891 participants, and it's to do with why people suffer rejection more than others. And it's just quite an interesting concept, because those that suffer more, obviously it can take like 5 years plus, and it lingers into current relationships. Wow, yeah. And it's how people connect romantic rejection to themselves. So if people think their personality can't change, or they always say, oh, what have I done wrong again? Why me? Yeah. They tend to hold that rejection. It's quite simple. And I guess as well, non-romantic relationships, it's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah, I suppose friendships, it's true.
Which is interesting. Some very interesting comments in Cosmopolitan, just about, how to get over your ex, relating it to different celebrities. There's a lady called Sandra Ann Miller, and she's written a sassy little guide to getting over him. And talks about having a bit of emotional flu, so feeling sad for a little while. Just give yourself a time limit. Don't wallow forever. It helps you move on quicker, which is quite interesting. Also, the Love Issue in ES magazine in February, tweak your feed, at least hide him from your news feed, which means that you're not seeing what he's doing or she's doing. I'm saying him, but it could be her as well. Don't be a Facebook stalker, which is quite interesting because apparently people
do that.
People do it, don't they? So they use Twitter and Facebook, and in fact there was a survey, 88% of us stalk our ex-partners. Oh, no. And actually it's got to a point now that people even stalk their current partners' ex-girlfriends to see what they're wearing, to see how they look compared to them. I mean, it would make you neurotic, wouldn't it? So that's
really
a sort
sad,
of
actually.
So that's a no-no. So to talk things out with your best friends is always really good. To do things that your partner always hated makes you feel good. Changing your look.
That's a good one, so I like that one.
Changing your look as well. I mean, I had a friend as well who broke up with her partner, and she was porcelain blonde hair, and she suddenly dyed her hair black and her eyebrows, and it wasn't such a good look.
But at least she did something.
She did something.
Yeah,
she did, but I think got the.
You have to kind of get the right look, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're going to do that.
So yeah, slightly making over your look. So changing your space, giving yourself fresh perspective, and also the workout routines, really, really important. And there's a new keep fit craze, skipping. It's not really new, but the fact that it's a craze is. And Catherine Jenkins launched Skipathon for sports relief, and that's raising money until the end of March. But that's really, really good for you, skipping, which is something I'm going to take up. I used to love it when I was younger. Don't you? I am, really.
I'm saying that because we've had this discussion for a while, haven't we?
We have, but skipping, very simple, very good, tones you, you know, get the heart racing. So brilliant for weight loss, which is something that I'm looking forward to. And there was research that 1 in 3 Brits find it impossible to skip without a smile. And that's also good, really, because it brings back, it evokes positive memories in childhood, which is lovely.
I don't smile when I skip, when I have skipped. I think
it's really tiring. Do you not?
No.
Oh, you should try again.
Okay, I will.
Try again, it'll be fun. So obviously pampering ourselves, challenging ourselves, like courses and things like that. But not just that, even simple things. If you find things that you like. There's quite a nice little article on Liz Hurley, and she said she's become an obsessive jam maker. So it's something that's therapeutic to her, but you'd never think. You think, yeah, but it's something simple that she loves doing, and it's finding that love. I love that. Another lovely article called Puppy Love, Adopted Dogs from the Wild at Heart Foundation, which is a charity set up by Nikki Tibbles, who's a celebrity florist, and Sarah McDonald, who's Noel Gallagher's wife, said getting her dog Tommy was one of the best decisions she ever made, the gift that keeps giving. And although she didn't get it for a breakup reason, you can imagine that dogs and things like that, it would work. Pets in general. I mean, I'm saying puppy love, but it'd be, you know, kitten love or cat love or anything. Millie McIntosh, 26, who we know, I think she's a model and everything, but she comes from the big chocolate empire, and she married Professor Green, who's now 32, but they've actually just split up, and they had huge rows, and it was all to do with her reluctance to have children, which was really quite sad. And also he posted on Twitter, as you do, or as you shouldn't do really, that he'd only seen her one day in a whole year. I mean, how can that be? And they've been
healthy, isn't it?
It's not really. They've been married for 2.5 years, but no longer. And there's a relationship guru called James Priest who looked into the whole psychology behind the split. And it's all, you know, it's really important to discuss your future plans if it's somebody serious.
It's
true.
It's
so important. You can't be with someone for years.
Basic stuff like, do you want children?
Yeah.
That's so basic, but it's so important.
So important. You've got to be on the same page.
Before you get in too deep, you should need to know those kind of things. Obviously, don't ask that on a first date or anything, but you know, at some point.
Yeah, at some point you have to, before you split up.
Yeah.
But thinking about it as well, do you remember Judge, I was talking about a judge who was saying 1 in 5 divorces regret getting divorced.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So for people that are really, you know, maybe have split up, to rethink it, because further down the line they may regret it. Yeah. Don't tattoo your wedding date on your body. Kaylee Kuko, who's 30 now, an actress from The Big Bang Theory, has divorced Ryan Sweeting, who's a tennis player, and she put a great big date of when she got married, and obviously had to then tattoo a big creature, which was a moth. Why she chose a moth? You'd think a butterfly or something. Yeah. Anyway, she chose a moth. But she's getting over it. Yeah. It's made her stronger. Also, speaking to the Observer music magazine, Adele spoke about how she couldn't be more happy in her current relationship. And she's married to Simon Konecki, and they have a child. And that she fell in love again, and that actually got her over her ex. And it took her a long time, but she got there, which is really good. But it was, in a way, it was good because all her music that she's done so well with was written about her ex. So there's something good there, And other people as well, we talked about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner who split because Ben ran off with the babysitter. Jennifer Garner has now met Patrick Dempsey, and Ben Affleck's feeling a little bit hurt and bruised ego, but I mean, it's going to happen, isn't it?
What does he want to do? Wait around for him? Wait around. He's the one that cheated.
Complete madness. And various other people as well. Sarah Ferguson has moved out. I mean, I know she's divorced from Prince Andrew. But the funny thing is, can you be friends with your ex? I think some people can be, and that's proof in the pie. They had as Prince Andrew once claimed, they were the happiest divorced couple in the world, and they were married for 10 years, but they support each other, they respect each other.
Do you think anything's going on?
I don't think
behind the scenes? Are you sure?
I think people always thought that because they support each other, but I think she has got. There's Manuel Ferdinand, I think 47 in Switzerland, and I think maybe something's going on with him.
Okay,
but yeah, I know.
Well, it's nice that they're still. Well, if nothing's going on, it's nice that they're still friends.
And they're quite a few
ideal situation, isn't it? Really,
it is.
Well, Helena, thank you so much for sharing the news with us. Thank you. Right, guys, so just before the break, now we have something lovely with Hannah Richards, which is a juice that's very good for your skin. So maybe, you know, people that have had a breakup, they tend to kind of wallow in it for a while, don't they? But as you've heard already, some tips that Helena gave, it's good to get out there to do different things and to look after yourself because you deserve it. So let's go to Hannah.
Hello and welcome to Hannah's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make an appearance juice. Now, an appearance juice is building beauty from the inside out. And there are a few vegetables that help you do that. The first are carrots and the second is red pepper. And they are full of something called beta-carotene. Now, beta-carotene converts to vitamin A, and I know all you ladies out there will know the virtues of vitamin A. It helps build retinol, which makes our skin look beautiful. Just make sure you don't have too much of it, because an overdose of vitamin A can have some detrimental effects. The best way to juice is really to make sure they're all organic. If you're going to eat organic, you want to put everything on your skin organic too, so building beauty from inside out. So, once you've juiced the carrots and the red pepper, all you're going to do is add some black pepper into it now. So I'm going to pour it into the jug. And apart from it being full of beta-carotene, pure carrot juice has got some really great antifungal properties as well. So if you have got any gut issues, drinking carrot juice will really sort them out. And you're ready to get some beautiful looking skin. Delicious.
So thanks very much to Hannah. So after the break, I'll be speaking to hairstylist to the stars Vicki Lord and also to our real life story guest, Holly Henderson. And also later on, I'll be giving my own tips on how to reconnect with people. So don't go away. Hi, I'm Chrissy B and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Welcome back everyone to our program all about how to recover after a breakup. So now I have with me Vicki Lord and also model Kate Herbert. Hello ladies.
Hi.
So Vicki, tell us about what you do because you are an expert, aren't you?
I am indeed. I am a bridal celebrity session hairstylist. So I work with bridal hair, celebrities, photo shoots, just making people feel fantastic.
Okay.
And doing lots of different hairstyles.
Now later on you're going to be speaking about why changing hairstyle is really good for your mental mental health and also especially after a breakup.
Yeah.
But first of all, we've got the lovely Kate here.
We do.
What will you be doing on Kate today?
Today I will be working with just doing a really quick look, really nice messy bun to the side using hair pieces.
Okay, all right. So that obviously will make her feel more special.
Yeah.
Or like
It
confident.
will do.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
A hairpiece is really good because it can literally instantly change her look within 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to let you ladies get on with it and then we'll see you again after the break. And now it's time to actually meet our real life story guest, and that's Holly Henderson. So hello Holly, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
So can you tell the viewers a bit about yourself? I know a lot of people know you already, but just give us a bit of your background.
Yeah, I'm 37. I have 2 children and I've been a model. I've worked on TV, film. I now write for an online women's magazine. I have my own media company and ironically enough, I have my own dating website.
Okay.
That I'm not on.
Okay, so you've had your experiences with breakups.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that and what that was like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some pretty horrific ones, but then I've had some other ones that sort of just fizzled and it was mutual, and I'm still friends with quite a few of my exes.
So it is possible to be friends with exes?
I think it depends on the nature of why the split happened and things like that, but I did have a particularly bad one quite a few years ago, and we speak now. We don't meet up, but we message each other every now and again, see how each other is and things like that, and he did apologise to me for everything he did, which was great. I didn't ask him to, but he did, so that was nice.
How did that particular one, you said it was quite bad, how did that one particularly affect you?
That affected me really badly actually, because I think it was about 18 months I just felt like I couldn't cope. I was going off the rails. I felt like I was going out too much with my friends, drinking at the weekends, and I didn't want to do anything. And I just felt, I didn't feel like me. It really hurt my feelings because he cheated on me, and and it was awful.
Yeah.
It was
Did that knock your confidence then at the time?
It didn't really knock my confidence, no, because I didn't blame myself for it, but it just made me think, who can you trust?
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't good.
How did you see relationships after that? Did that put you off, or were you like, okay, let me just take a break for a while? And
yeah, I took a break for a while and went on holiday with my friends. In fact, I had a holiday booked with him that I'd booked for his birthday, and then I found everything out, so I changed the name on the ticket and I went with my friend, and I was sat on the plane drinking wine, crying. But then when we got there, and we had a great time, and you know, and I remember saying to my friend, the girl, I said, that girl, she's won, and my friend was like, what, the booby prize? And I was like, do you know what, you're right.
That's a good friend, isn't it?
Yeah. So we had fun for 2 weeks on his expense.
That's really good. So Holly, in terms of obviously breakups, because you are in the public eye, did that make things particularly difficult for you?
Yes, I have had 2 breakups, and they were both sportsmen, so obviously they had followers of their own, fans and things like that. So social media became a bit tense to go on. You know, people always seem to side with these sportsmen and the men and things like that, and I just got down the banks off everybody. You know, I got ridiculed. My children was ridiculed in school and things like that. So yeah, that was quite nasty. And you just feel like your life's a bit laid to bear, because you do put things on social media because that's the day we live in at the moment. But then, you know, I've never gone and said, oh, I've broke up with so-and-so, he's this, he's that. I've never really said anything. Only when I've said on Twitter that I'm coming here today to speak about breakups, people was like, what, you broke up? Nobody knew, because I didn't say anything. I like to keep it a bit more private, but because they 2 were in the public eye themselves, I did get railroaded, and one of the parties was going to the press and telling his side of the story.
How do you deal with things like that when stuff like that happens to you?
I think I've got very thick skin. I don't think I'd be able to do what I do if I didn't. I don't ever sit there and cry or anything like that. I just take it on the chin and think, well, this is the industry I want to be in, and that's part and parcel of what you have to expect. But I've got a big family and friend network. They know the real me. They know all, that's not true.
That's all that matters, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I have friends that they're like counsellors as well. A couple of my friends, they really help me when anything happens, and we chat things out on the phone for about 4 hours and with a glass of wine, and you know, and everything gets sorted out. So yeah, it's all right. I can manage it.
Now, there are obviously people that go through breakups that do take it really badly, and unfortunately they don't recover like you have done, you know, and how you managed to get on with your life. What do you think are the biggest mistakes that not just women but men as well make when it comes to breakups? And even in relationships in general, actually.
I think what you was talking about before with the news when I was listening about Facebook stalking and things like that, I think people, they like to sort of punish themselves, because that's all you're doing ultimately when you do things like that. You're punishing yourself. It's like emotional harm that you're causing yourself. Looking, you know, what's the point in looking? They are going to move on. There's no point in keep torturing yourself and looking on their social media. You need to draw a line in the sand and try to move forward. But also within a relationship, as long as you can try and maintain yourself as a person, as well as allowing your partner to maintain their self as a person, i.e. that you see both of your friends separately, you have hobbies, you both invest your time and energy into your jobs and your families, as well as a relationship, but also as yourself, because unfortunately relationships do break down, and if they do, then at least you've got all these aspects of your life still alive, and that's not a complete loss, because if you put all your eggs into this one basket of this relationship,
it's a big mistake, isn't it?
And then it's over, you're left with nothing. And I see so many women do that, and they put the man on this pedestal that that's the only thing that they need in their life, and they're heading for a fall straight away doing that.
Now, Holly, because you say you have 2 children, how has that sort of being a mum, bringing up 2 kids? I know this wasn't in the thing that we were up, but I was sure here I'd like to talk about that as well. How do you manage everything with having kids, your career, because you are very busy? Yeah,
well, I've travelled 4 hours today to come here, and then back as well. But no, I mean, the dad, we broke up like 11, 12 years ago, but he has a very active role in their life.
Brilliant, yeah.
Which is probably the only reason I can really continue to do what I do, because if I didn't have him there, then I wouldn't really be able to do it. So, and I wouldn't be leaving them with other people. But the dad is, you know, he loves them and they love him, so that's fine.
Really interesting, because sometimes that's a big issue with people that do break up, when there's children involved and then they're always fighting, and it does affect the children, but you've managed to keep that relationship really good.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, we did at first. We did at first. There was lots of mudslinging and name calling, but then I think that was just with the hurt of everything. Yeah. And you don't realise you're hurting the children and things, and then after a while it was like, oh God, what are we doing? And he got married, moved on. I had another partner, he's had another child, and then we've just become more like friends. Like, that's nice. Even my eldest son says, "Oh, are you 2 on the phone again, gossiping about me? You're your best mates now." And he's like, this to us, like skitting us, but you know, we get on, which is better for the children. They don't want to be living in a war zone.
Okay, so you're now writing for a magazine as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's Mums Are You. It's online. So this is the first time I've wrote for anybody. So you know, it's I want to go bigger, but I've just started off with them, and the editor, she's fantastic. I was only writing for them for 4 months, just a small column, and now she's given me a full page because she enjoyed my style of writing. Yeah. So I talk about lifestyle each month and what's current. I cover diets, fitness fads, you know, the juices like what you was talking about before, things like that, you know, and I'll talk about all those different things and what's going on fashion wise as well. So, you know, I enjoy that because she gives me a free rein. She's never knocked anything back that I've sent her so far. So
that's really nice. Yeah. So it's so nice to see someone just getting on with stuff, even though you have been through breakups, because there are people that it's like their whole life just falls apart and they lose confidence, they don't do anything anymore, and it just ruins them. And it's just nice to see that someone, you know, like yourself has, even though you've been through a bad breakup, that you just get over it and you just move on and you still enjoy life, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I'm only 5 weeks on from my last breakup.
Really?
Yeah. And that was quite a bad one as well, but it's one of them, you know, he's done things that I don't want in my life, so what's the point in crying over spilt milk? I don't want that, so I'm just moving on. But I've got so much in my life anyway. Yeah. I don't really have a chance.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, because you didn't put all your eggs into that basket.
Exactly.
And now you're able to move on.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing brilliantly, my love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking about your experiences.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, so if you have an experience that you would like to share, don't forget you can tweet us at Chrissy B Show and also leave a comment on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. After the break, I'll be speaking to relationship therapist Pam Custers, and she's going to be talking about the psychological effects of a bad breakup on a person and why some people take it more harshly than others. And also we're going to be having our hairstyle reveal with Vicki Lord. And later on, I'll be giving tips on how to reconnect with people. So don't go away. Hi, I'm Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Welcome back, everybody, to our show all about how to recover after a breakup. So now it's time to speak to relationship expert Pam Custers. Hello, Pam.
Hi, Chrissy. Thank you very much for having me.
It's lovely to have you back. Now, Pam, obviously you heard Holly's story earlier. What did you think of her particular case?
Well, I just thought that she has incredible ability to manage crises, and that probably comes with partly how she was raised and also her ability to care for herself. So I was really impressed, and I just loved her friend telling her on the plane, actually the other woman's got the booby prize, and I'm going to use that.
That was
I love that one.
That was a very good point. Now, Pam, is there like a deeper underlying maybe psychological issue of why some people take breakups worse than others?
Well, I think you're absolutely right there. Interestingly enough, our primary caretaker develops a relationship with us, which is our mother, as to what to expect from our relationships. Now, this might sound absolutely crazy, but we develop an attachment style from birth.
Wow.
So what happens is when we have our next very intimate relationship, a love relationship, we often reflect the same kind of attachment style as we did from our early years. So we won't see it obviously, but for example, if we were an incredibly clingy child in our early years, when we have a very close love relationship, we might tend to be on the clingier side or the kind of demanding side. So depending on your attachment style, and there are 3 attachment styles, we will, in times of crisis, and when we lose a loved one, that's a moment of extreme crisis. So when we have a breakup, effectively we are losing a loved one. Even if we've decided to break up, it's the grief and loss of that potential of that relationship. So in terms of the attachment styles, we either are avoidantly attached, so we're quite cool with our partner. When we break up, we will respond in a certain way, or we're insecurely attached, and if that happens, we're going to respond in the absolute opposite way. And my suspicion is that when Holly is a very securely attached person, as opposed to insecurely attached.
Makes sense.
She's got personal resources that, even though she grieved for some of her relationships and she was hurt by them, she had the ability to overcome them. So,
which was really good.
That's like an innate ability. It's kind of part of our template.
What advice would you give then to our viewers who maybe aren't like Holly, that were able to get past it, and maybe they were maybe quite clingy as a child, and they are going through such a bad time now because they've just broken up with someone, or maybe it wasn't even a recent breakup, but they're still hurt, they're still affected by it. What advice would you give, Pam?
Well, I mean, first of all, for a fresh breakup, The two biggest mistakes is revenge and pleading.
Right.
So, revenge is a terrible anger that we direct at somebody else, but actually it leads to lifelong bitterness. It really does. And the opposite, which is pleading for someone, is really bad for our self-esteem. And even if that person comes back to us, actually, we will always feel that they're only there because we've, pled our case well.
Good point.
In terms of people who are struggling to get over a relationship, there are a number of do's and don'ts, and you've covered some of them previously. The first is that when you've broken up with a partner and you've shared a lot of your life, and Holly spoke about this very well, about how we can sometimes make the mistake of putting all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And when we haven't got that person, we suddenly have a huge void in our life. And, we need to fill that void, and we need to do that with a whole range of self-care behaviors. And some of that self-care doesn't kind of come naturally. So in terms of kind of a little do's and don'ts, it's don't try and keep communicating with this person. You do need to wean yourself from this person. And we are on, we can text and Facebook and, be in contact almost 24/7. And it's to stop that and actually move away from communicating, give yourself a bit of space. The other real don't is don't go back and sleep together. You've broken up for a reason.
You establish that attachment again, don't you, when you do that?
Exactly, you're re-establishing the attachment. The other thing is, you're going to have to talk about it, but really be conscious that, if it's early days, say, okay, I'm going to talk about it for half an hour. And then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to go over and over and over. Because actually you'll lose your friends, but also it's just really not good for yourself.
That's a really good tip, that one. Because you tend to kind of go on and on, don't you? And then just like you set yourself a time, half an hour, that's it. And when that's done.
Hour, that's it, boom. I've got it off my chest, Otherwise you might burst, You've got to talk about it, but actually going on and on, all you're doing is you kind of re-engaging that pain. You're re-engaging that pain. So, it's to give yourself a time limit, talk about it, then move on.
Okay.
The other one is which Holly struck was stalking. It's so tempting to go onto WhatsApp and see if he or she is online and who are they talking to, or seeing if they're on Facebook and, looking at their photographs and all of those good things. And actually, it really takes enormous self-discipline to step back and not do that. Yeah. Hard in the short term, but the gains are far quicker. So if we can step back, then the gains are quicker. Of course, the other one is to go and find a rebound relationship. and
big mistake.
Big mistake. And I've often worked with people who have literally moved from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, just because the fear of being alone, and this comes down to an attachment style, insecurely attached. So they would rather be with someone than no one at all. So those are the kind of what not to do. If we're thinking about what to do, then it's using some of the techniques that Holly's used, and that is about self-care. And the one bit is exercise. The second bit is, and you spoke about this earlier, appearance. Is actually, instead of slopping around in our trackies and under the duvet and having a bad hair day on a daily basis, is to say, actually, I'm actually going to look my best.
Good, yeah. It makes sense, doesn't it?
I'm going to face the world And even if I'm feeling really hurt inside, I'm going to face the world well. Exercise, of course, gives you all the endorphins, makes you feel good. Good food is important. And of course, friends. You know, it's really important that you fill in the space with all the people that love and nurture you. And then there's one very interesting thing as well, is for you to be kind to somebody else. Because if we show kindness and compassion to somebody else, we engage something in ourselves that is incredibly self-nurturing. And you know, often when we're in the middle of a breakup, or we're just coming through a breakup, we become very self-absorbed, and
so true.
And that's part of the process. You know, we really do, and that's part of the grief process. We kind of have to think about ourselves, but we can engage a little bit of magic by starting to look outside of ourselves.
That's a lovely point, Pam. Thank you so much. It does make sense, because if you're just thinking of yourself, of course, you end up feeling worse. But when you focus on others, definitely helps.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your great advice as usual.
Oh, it's a great pleasure, Chrissy, and thank you for having me. I really love visiting.
Really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys, so you heard that great advice from Pam there. So now after the break, I'm going to be speaking to Vicki Lord, and she's going to be talking to us about why having a hairdo, which is also something that we mentioned with Pam there, just changing the look or looking after yourself, why having a hairdo is something that can help people recover after a breakup, and that's very good for your mental health. So don't go away. Hi, I'm Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show, and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Welcome back to today's program that's been all about how to recover after a breakup. So we've had some great guests on, some lovely tips and advice. And if you've missed any of that, you can head over to our YouTube channel in a few days' time, Chrissy B Show. You can subscribe and watch the show there and any other shows that you've missed. So I did promise you some tips on how to reconnect with people after a breakup or in general, but we seem to have covered those tips already throughout this show, so I'm not going to be doing that. But first, we do have a fitness tip with Ben Cooper. So we did say how fitness is very important for you. It's a way of looking after yourself. It's good for your mental and physical health in general. So if you are going through a hard time, don't stay at home sitting on the sofa eating lots of ice cream, as some people do when they're a bit upset. It's better to get out there and do some exercise and look after your mental and physical health. So let's go to this tip with Ben Cooper.
Hi and welcome to Move 360 Studios. My name is Ben. We're here with the Chrissy B Show, and today is all about feeling good. So I'm going to get as many muscles working in the body as possible, so the whole body feels good. It feels like it's had a great workout and you end up feeling better. First exercise we're going to do, we just need a couple of dumbbells. If you haven't got dumbbells, just use some books, or some cans, anything you've got at home. Just hold them in front of you. We're going to squat down and come up. Squat down and come up. Holding the dumbbells this way keeps your back nice and upright, and you get to work your biceps and your upper back at the same time as you're squatting. And you want to do about 10 to 12 reps of those squats. Then with your same dumbbells, we're going to go into a shoulder width stance. Bend at the hips, nice straight back, and then pull through with the arms. So like a scarecrow, just a few teaching points, just let the arms hang down and then you're pulling back from the elbows. If you don't have weights, you can just hold yourself like this with the arms out and hold for about a minute. That'll be quite tough because that'll really work the extensors in the back. Okay, and now we're going to go on to our push-ups, which are down onto the mat. So you're just going to use your body weight. A few teaching points on how to do a proper push-up. Make sure your chin stays in. So watch me when you do it, and then I'll explain it again. So down, chin comes in. So a lot of people try and get their head down to the ground, which pulls you into very bad posture. So the chin comes forward. Make sure it's the chest that's going to the floor. And the elbows can stay about 45 degrees from the shoulder and pushing up from there. So watch me again on that. Okay, and then you should have a really good push-up that works your abs, your chest, your arms, pretty much your whole body along with the rest of the exercise. And if you struggle to do a full push-up, you can do a slightly easier version, which you stay on your knees, so cross your feet at the back, but make sure again the same principles, the chin stays in, chest to the floor, and back up. Okay, you don't want to do it like this, that's not a push-up. We're going to go here, hips come forward, chest comes down, chin stays in. That way we still work the abdominals, otherwise they just get left behind and no one wants to leave their abdominals behind. So talking of abs, we're going to go on to a more specific abdominal exercise. I call this navel radiation. The belly button is the navel, so we're going to radiate around it to work the abdominal wall. So lying down on your mat, spread out like a starfish, and then you're going to come up to the middle and then control back up. Okay, and open the arms and legs back where they were. Come up again. And control down. So when you're doing that one, try and keep your tongue to the roof of your mouth. That helps to use the right muscles in your neck. And try and breathe out as you come up and breathe in as you go back. And you'll really feel that start to work those abdominal muscles. And it's a great complement after the muscles we've already worked, so the whole body has got to work out in those 4 exercises.
So now I'm joined by Vicki Lord and also model Kate. Hello, welcome back, ladies.
Hi.
Love the hairstyle.
Thank you.
What do you think of it?
I absolutely love it. Yeah, I feel much better even just having that done. It has made me feel better. It's great.
So obviously, we have talked about it throughout the show actually while you were getting your hair done, about how you know, after breakup, some people tend to let themselves go. And they don't bother anymore, and they feel like, you know, they don't have the confidence anymore. But why do you think it's such an important thing to look after your hair after a breakup?
Well, sometimes you lose your self-identity when you've when you've broken up with somebody, and it's really important to reconnect with yourself and your as an individual rather than as a partner. So by having a good a nice hairstyle or going out and buying yourself a new set of clothes and makeup, that will give you a fantastic confidence boost.
It does. Now tell us about this lovely hairstyle that you've done here.
Okay, this was actually created by using a Balmain hairpiece. Now hairpieces are fantastic. You can instantly change your look by just putting in a hairpiece to the side or to the back, to the crown area. So I've actually gone for like a messy bun, and this kind of hairstyle you could probably wear going out on a dinner date, going out with your friends for the evening, or even go to the theatre. It's a very simple but elegant look.
It's lovely, it's really nice. Now, does it take long to do, and is it fiddly, or can anyone do it, would you say?
Well, going back to hairpieces, they are fantastic. You can literally just put them in and then blend the hair around. So you can actually change your hair in literally about 10-15 minutes. So this would take somebody about 20 minutes to half an hour to do.
Right, okay, that's not bad, is it? Yeah. Now, obviously, there are those kind of people that, because we were talking about this earlier, about after a breakup, there's people that will just kind of just stop living and don't even want to go out anywhere and stay at home eating ice cream all day. Right. That's the extreme case, right? And there's others that will go out and do something different. But there is a danger, especially with hair, that if maybe they do something really drastic just because they're feeling very emotional, very angry, they'll go and do something to their hair that is not quite right, what advice would you give for that?
Right, so basically, you know, if somebody does want that radical change, and they might decide to go to a hair salon and have the hair cut off really short, sometimes that could be brilliant and give you the confidence boost that you need, but other times it could be the totally wrong thing to do, because if you don't like the hairstyle, then you're committed to that. And you can't, you know, that's going to knock your confidence. So it's better to just, first of all, have a play with your hair and work with hair pieces and putting your hair up and maybe having colour and things like that.
Yeah, not go too drastic.
Don't do anything drastic. Don't do anything drastic, no.
At least until you're kind of feeling better about yourself and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And also it's good to actually talk to your hairdresser, isn't it, and get some opinions, because you might not be thinking straight at the time.
Well, also going to see your hairdresser is a really relaxing experience as well in itself. So, you know, you can build up a fantastic bond with your hairdresser, and they become like your friend as well. So it's a really good place to be, going to a hairdresser's and relaxing and having a bit of pamper.
Definitely. Now, Kate, do you normally do different hairstyles on yourself, or would
I
you say
don't, but I feel seeing Vicki doing this, I actually do feel confident. I could do something, you know, with the piece that you put on and putting the clips in and everything,
So maybe we should get you to try it on your own. You can send us some pictures.
Yeah, that's great. I don't mind it.
You can give it a go.
Vicki?
Of course I will. That'd be good. Now, Vicki, I want to know a bit more about you, because you've got quite a story yourself. So we've got a few minutes to spare. Can you tell us about how you got into hairdressing in the first place, and maybe some things that happened to you before and how you got over that?
Okay. Well, I first got into hairdressing when I was very, very young. You know, I'm actually deaf in one ear, so when I was very, very young, I used to have to wear a hearing aid. And I lived with, you know, I had quite a turbulent childhood. And so I was forever playing with my own hair and doing stuff with my own hair, just disguised the hearing aid, really. And because you know what children are like, they could be, you know, really quite brilliant. You know. But so I literally was braiding hair at 5 years of age. And then, and then it just went on from that, really. I just had this passion for doing hair, and then I started off as a Saturday girl when I was about 13 in a salon. And then I went on to work for Vidal Sassoons. Vidal Sassoons is the best hairdresser in the world, well, in my eyes it is anyway. And went through immense training with them. And then basically became a session stylist from there on. So, you know, putting hair up, because putting hair up is my life. I love it so much. It's just, I get so much job satisfaction from it as well. So making people feel good is fabulous. You know, it's like as soon as they come in, they sit down, and I've done something really, amazing with their hair, and they walk out and they have that fantastic, posture about themselves, and they just feel good, and it's a really good job. Like, hairdressing is an amazing job.
The way you speak about it, you can see your passion behind
100%,
it. It's really good.
I'm really passionate about what I do.
All right, guys. So there we go. We recommend definitely a new hairstyle after you've had a breakup, and it does boost your confidence.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for being a great model, and thank you for doing such a lovely hairstyle.
You're welcome, Chrissy.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
All right, guys, so before we go for today, something else that would be advisable to do is not, as we said, it's not good to stay at home. Yes, you have your morning period where you do have a cry and you feel sorry for yourself, but you can't stay in that state. So it's very important to start getting out and about. So our Jenny here went to do a swing class, and this could be something that you could consider if you are going through a breakup, or maybe it's been a while and you haven't really been going out. It's something fun, it's good exercise, and also you get to meet lots of lovely people. Let's take a look at this.
Hi Chris, it's Jenny here reporting for the Chrissy B Show, and in just a couple of minutes time I'm about to try out my first ever swing dance class. I'm super excited, and later we'll get to meet the instructors, and yeah, let's go. So right now I'm joined by Ben and Janet from Swing Patrol. Hi guys, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Very good, thank you very much.
Thanks for having the Chrissy B Show today. Firstly, what is Swing Patrol and how was it founded?
Swing Patrol is a swing dance school. We were founded back in Melbourne about 17 years ago by Scott and Claudia, and since then, about 7 years ago, we've come to London, have started lots of classes, and it's going fantastically.
And what events and classes and workshops do you guys provide here?
We teach lots of classes all around London, so you can come visit us anywhere. We teach workshops and things on weekends. We even run a swing festival once a year as well.
And is it just swing dance that you do, or are there any other types of...
Yeah, it's mainly, well, swing dancing is kind of an umbrella term. We look after kind of all the dances for kind of the 20s through the 40s, so there's things like Lindy Hop, Charleston, Balboa, blues, lots of different stuff. And we teach all those.
And what's so unique about your classes? Why should people come and join?
For me, it's about learning to dance in a really kind of fun, relaxed way. All about the socialising as well, so meeting people and kind of exercising by stealth. The music's brilliant, really has a lovely energy and just really makes you want to dance.
I'm so excited. And any other message you want to bring to our viewers, why they should come?
I think just come along, have a good time. It's available for everybody, because it doesn't matter how old you are or kind of what you've done previously. Even if you've got 2 left feet, come along, give it a shot.
Right now I'm joined by Ray, one of my partners at the swing dance class earlier. Ray, thanks very much for joining us. So, how did you get into swing dancing?
Basically, all Irish weddings is always jiving, and I never really got into like partner dancing. So yeah, that was why I started, and yeah, it gets a bit addictive, it's good fun,
So this is definitely not your first time, clearly.
No, I done several months last year, so yeah.
What do you love about swing dancing?
I love that you can do something that's so fun and so enjoyable and burn calories at the same time. You just don't even know it's happening, and everyone's super friendly.
What's your message to those who are thinking, maybe I should come, maybe I should not? How can you...
Just do it. Definitely do it, because it's so much fun.
So it's the end of my first ever swing dance class here at Swing Patrol in Angel, and it's been awesome. It's been fantastic. I've had so much fun. I am knackered, completely tired, but I've met some lovely, lovely people, some great instructors too, and I totally recommend this to anybody who's even thinking about trying it out. And they're just about to start the advanced class, so let's get out.
So thanks very much there to Jenny. So we have reached the end of today's programme, but if you have a comment that you'd like to share, or maybe you are going through some very difficult times at the moment related to other areas of your life as well, could be a mental health issue, could be something else, and maybe you want to see a topic specifically covered on this show to cover that, do get in touch with us on chrissybshow.tv. You can also tweet us at chrissybshow or leave a comment on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
Hello, Chrissy.
That
so
was
lovely
perfect.
to see you.
That was all right, wasn't it? Yes, no, maybe?
Silence.
Pam Custard, and she's going to be talking. Oh, shut up, let me start again. Sorry. I need the other half of the banana that's there, and then that's fine. Okay. So I'll say from where. All right, okay. That's great. Oh, thank you. I'm just thinking, what do you think's right?